Recording in progress.
I want all of you to see the definition of capacitance and capacitor from anywhere. Google it, see your textbook, find out in one sentence. Capacitor, capacitance. Google will give you a better answer, one-line answer. Just understand it. And I want you to give me one word substitute for capacitor. Means in normal life, what is capacitor called? Start. Okay, give me the answers. Can I say capacitor is a device which is able to store charge or which is able to store energy? Okay. In other words, capacitor is a battery. In other words, capacitor is a battery. Means your mobile battery is also called capacitor. Your power bank is also called a capacitor. Correct. Now, what is the actual definition of capacitor? Two conductors separated by an insulator, that is called capacitor. Two conductors separated by an insulator is called a capacitor, which are having the same charge. For example, look at the screen. Capacitor can be of any shape. Okay, this is something called parallel plate capacitor, because here I have two plates which are parallel. Both the plates have a charge which is equal and opposite, and it is separated by an insulator, okay, or an insulating medium. So what is a capacitor? Two conductors. Battery can be called a capacitor, correct. A pair of conductor or two conductors separated by an insulating medium. Two conductors separated by an insulating medium is called a capacitor. Now, if you look at the definition of your textbook, okay, not of the module, the textbook, they are saying there are conductors 1 and 2. Check. There is a conductor 1, there is a conductor 2. Conductor 1 has charge plus Q, conductor 2 has charge minus Q, and there will be a potential difference between them, which is V1 minus V2, and the electric field will be in between them. Means the charge will get stored in the field between. And the most basic formula for charge, you have done this in EMI also, is C is equal to Q by V. C is equal to Q by V, or Q equal to CV. Have you come across this formula before? Q equal to CV. Tell me, yes or no? Have you come across this formula before? Q equal to CV.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Therefore, what is a capacitor you should know? You don't need to write this. This is just for understanding. If I want to draw a spherical capacitor, then the spherical capacitor will be like this. Inner plate will be positive, outer plate will be negative, and all that. Means the two conductors should have equal and opposite charge. Two conductors should have equal and opposite charge, separated by an insulating medium. Separated by an insulating medium. The most basic formula for a capacitor is Q is equal to CV. Everyone, please make a note in your module. The first formula that you will have for capacitor is Q equal to CV. The most basic formula for capacitor that you will have is Q equal to CV. 1 minute, I'm getting lag. Where Q is the charge, what is C? Capacitance. What is V? Potential or potential difference. Now Q is a charge. What is the SI unit of charge? Coulomb. Correct? C is the capacitance or capacity, and the SI unit of capacitance is farad. SI unit of capacitance is farad, and V is your potential. And V is your potential. Okay, Savi, no problem.
So what is the SI unit of capacitance?
What?
SI unit of capacitance?
Farad, F-A-R-A-D. SI unit of capacitance is farad, denoted by capital F. SI unit of capacitance is farad, denoted by capital F. Okay? Look at the screen. The SI unit of capacitance is farad, which I just told you right now. And the dimensional formula they have said is this. I will show you how did this formula or how did this dimension come. I'll show you. And the most commonly used terms in our problems, we will get 1 microfarad. 1 microfarad, as you know, is 10 power minus 6 farad. 1 nanofarad is 10 power minus 9 farad, and 1 picofarad is 10 power minus 2.
So we cannot see your screen.
Okay, 1 minute. Now, 1 microfarad is 10 power minus 6 farad. 1 nanofarad is 10 power minus 9 farad. 1 picofarad is 10 power minus 12 farad. They're giving this because most of the problems in your entrance exam, the capacitance will be microfarad, nanofarad, picofarad, and so on. And the symbolical representation of a capacitor is like this: 2 equal sticks. If I draw 1 big and 1 small, it becomes a power source, correct? If I do 1 big and 1 small, it becomes a power source. This is the symbol of a capacitor. And on the top, you can see they have given the dimensional formula for capacitance. Just check. I will show you how did this dimension come. I'll show you how did this dimension also come. Okay, so now tell me, which is the most basic formula for capacitance? Everyone, please look at the screen. What is the most basic formula for capacitance? C is equal to Q by V. Everyone understood this? From where did we get this? Q equal to CV. From there, we got C equal to Q by V. Now, C, I want the dimension of capacitance. Q, I'll keep it as it is. Instead of V, I will take W by Q because V is equal to W by Q. From where I got this? From my few table. From my few table, can I say I get V is equal to W by Q? Or can I say this Q will go up? Therefore, can I say C is equal to Q square by W? Correct?
Yes,
now,
sir.
how do you get the dimension? I'll tell you. You know, charge is nothing but IT. Q is equal to IT. Therefore, can I say I and T both are fundamental quantities, so dimension can be easily found out. And can I say the dimension of work is same as that of energy? Dimension of work is same as that of energy because both are joule. And what is the unit of energy? Kg meter square per second square. I told you in 11th standard also, force and energy You are supposed to remember the proper unit. What is force? kg
kg meter per
square.
second square.
And energy is kg meter square per second square. Therefore, I'll get I square t square divided by kg meter square per second square. Proceed. You will get this answer. Can you try and tell me, are you getting the same dimensions of capacitance? Very important MCQ. What is the dimension of capacitance? Please make a note of this. Start. You should know all the formulae that are in the picture, like on the screen, and you should know how does one formula translate into the next one. Once you're done, please put a dot indicating that you have understood. Once you're done, please put a dot indicating that you have understood. Or if you're not getting it also, let me know. I will tell you how did the steps come. Leave it on for some more time, then I go to the next slide. Now look at this question. I'm doing this particular module for you so that when we do the actual module, questions become little easier, okay? Because in the module, what they have done is they have directly started from very high level, and in between they have put low level. So I want to go step by step. Did you understand how to get the dimension of capacitance? So if that question comes in the exam, you should be able to derive it on the spot. Do you know what is a capacitance? What is the unit of capacitance? And what is the basic formula for capacitance? What is the basic formula for capacitance? Q equal to CV or C is equal to Q by V. Now look at this question. When 10 power 8 electrons are transferred from one conductor to another. 10 power 8 electrons means number of electrons n is equal to 10 power 8. A potential difference of 10 volt appears. That means V is equal to 10 volt that appears between the conductors. Find the capacitance of the two conductors. Now I know capacitance of the two conductors formula is C is equal to Q by V. Correct? Now in that V is given in the question as 10. That is direct. Now Q is not given in the question, but from 11th standard, I know the formula Q equal to any 11th standard current electricity. I know charge formula Q is equal to plus or minus NE. Is N given? Yes. Do you know the charge of an electron? Yes. Therefore, can I get the value of Q into 1 by V or Q divided by V? I will get the answer, and the unit of capacitance is farad. Now, can you try on your own and get the same answer? Without seeing, just look at the question and try to get the answer. So which formula did we use? Look at the screen. I used Q equal to NE 11th standard formula and Q equal to CV 12th standard formula, that is capacitance. Using these two formula, I got the answer. Solve it and let me know whether you're getting it.
Sir, it will be 10 raised to minus 12.
The final answer?
Yes, sir.
So it will become pico, correct?
Yes.
quickly confirm that you got it. If you're having problem in any step, not understanding the formula, please let me know. I will tell you. Now, next we have to derive what happens when capacitors are connected in series and what happens when capacitors are connected in parallel. Please look at me. Please look at me. 11th standard we learned when components are connected in series, voltage adds up, current and charge remains constant. And when components are connected in parallel, charge adds up or current adds up and voltage remains constant. Remember in 11th standard I had given you one code word. Tell me if you remember this. SV plus and VI plus. When you connect anything in series, voltage adds up, current or charge remains constant. And when you connect anything in parallel, charge or current adds up, but voltage remains constant. Tell me, do you remember this? Yes or no? Or should I explain that concept again? Because very important, because if you don't know that concept, you will not understand this concept. Yes or no? At least tell me something.
Yes, sir.
Half the people I can only see fan. Okay, fan and light, like architecture. I can see very good fan and very good light. Okay, I think even I will show my fan and light. You can just understand. This is how you people sit. And when I say, did you understand? You do this. Now I don't understand. This is yes or no. Okay. So please either you stand straight or put the camera a little down. Okay. Okay. Now, listen to me. I have to find when capacitors are connected in series, what is the capacitance? And they tell me what is resistance. Rs is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Remember? And 1 by Rp equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus dot dot. Now in capacitance, see what is happening. Everyone please look at the screen. When capacitors are connected in series, I will derive it in one shot. Tell me if you have understood. If not, I'll break it into pieces and I'll teach you. Now, let us consider 3 capacitors connected in series. And the capacitors are C1, C2, C3. Now, I know in series, the potential adds up, but the charge remains a constant. Correct? The potential adds up, but charge remains a constant. Therefore, can I say, when I connect in series, the total potential will add up, V1 plus V2 plus V3. Correct? Now, what is the formula for Vs? Can I say from the main formula for capacitance, Q is equal to C by V, can I say V is equal to Q by C? Therefore, Vs will be Q by Cs is equal to Q by C1 plus Q by C2 plus Q by C3 plus dot dot dot. Tell me why am I not writing Qs, Q1, Q2, Q3? Tell me why I'm not writing that.
Q remains
In
constant.
series, charge remains same.
Because charge is constant in series. Therefore, can I say the entire charge will cancel? Because the LHS and right hand side charge will cancel. You are left with 1 by Cs is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by Cn. Now, don't you think it is exactly ulta of resistance? Resistance in parallel has a similar format. Resistance in parallel has a similar format, 1 by Rp. So can I say resistance in parallel and capacitance in series have a similar syntax? That is 1 by Cs is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. Did you understand this derivation? Now I am doing 2 things. One is I am giving you a JEE formula, plus I am giving you 12th standard derivation also along with it. Okay. So can you derive it on your own, or should I do it on a blank page from the beginning and come? Please let me know. Should I do this derivation from the beginning on a blank page, or you have understood what is written on the screen? Please let me know.
Understood.
Understood? Okay. Understood. Okay, good. This Sunday, which exam you have?
Mechanical properties of fluid.
Okay. Why are you sitting like zombies in the class? Reply happily yes. Are you tensed or something? Did Modi announce anything again of demonetization like that? Everyone is looking very tensed in the class. Did anyone say something? Only Devansh is happy in the class. Very good. I think Devansh got the reply he was waiting for. Devansh reply करो. जने message करो तो है ना reply कर दी. What you are happy. Very good.
No, no, sir.
Not yet. Okay. Kale kers. Not weekend में there. Can I explain about charge? Correct. Remember, in series, voltage adds up, current remains constant, and even charge remains constant. And in parallel, current and charge add up, voltage remains constant. Therefore, whatever I have told about current in 11th standard, same thing is applicable for charge over here. This is the concept of charge. In series, voltage adds up, charge remains constant. In parallel, charge adds up, voltage remains constant. Very important logic while you solve circuit questions of capacitors. Very important while you solve circuit questions of capacitors. Clear? Therefore, can I say this is your
Yes.
second formula? What is your first formula? Q equal to CV. See, remember in capacitance, capacitor chapter, if you remember 15 formula, it's okay. But circuit, what is in series, what is in parallel, that is your common sense. How do you understand which are in series, which are in parallel? All that I'll teach you. Formula can only help you so much. Remaining is your own analysis of the circuit, okay? Especially in the capacitance part. Now, electrostatics is made up of electrostatics 1, electrostatics 2, and capacitance. What we have done, electrostatics 1 and electrostatics 2, from there one question will come, and from capacitance one question will come. That means this module capacitance is equivalent to electrostatics 1 plus electrostatics 2. Do you understand? Equally important. In other words, this module is equivalent to 2 modules in terms of weightage. That is why very important. Even if you feel it is not that important, please study in this chapter because capacitor questions are very common. And secondly, MHCT, you will have 2 questions about capacitors if you are doing MHCT. And most of you will answer MHCT also. You will have 2 questions on capacitors. One is the direct formula and one is a circuit. JEE, 1 question for sure. Either circuit or formula. Okay, so please be a little attentive. It is a part of electrostatics itself, but it has become so important that it has become a separate module. Okay, clear? Now, can you guess what is the next derivation? Capacitors in parallel.
Parallel.
Can you guess what will be the answer also?
It will add up.
It will be same like resistance in series. But now what will be the derivation? Let me explain in one shot. Did you finish writing this, all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, when we say capacitors in parallel, please look at the screen. When capacitors are connected in parallel, I have drawn one combination of parallel capacitance, C1, C2, C3. And I can say in parallel, potential remains constant, but charge adds up. Therefore, can I say the formula is Q equal to CV? Please look at the screen. Can I say Q is equal to CV? Now, can I say in parallel, charge will add up? Therefore, once look at the screen, then you do the derivation. So since charge adds up, charge in parallel is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. Last derivation, voltage was adding up, so I added the voltage. In this derivation, charge is adding up. Therefore, QP will be CP into V, Q1 will be C1V, Q2 will be C2V, Q3 will be C3V. If you notice, V will remain V itself. It will not become VP, V1, V2, V3 because potential remains constant throughout. In the previous derivation, charge was constant throughout, so we did not change it. In this derivation, potential is constant throughout. Therefore, can I say potential will cancel? Therefore, I am left with Cp is equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3 plus ... Cn. Understood? Or should I do it again? You just have to stick with the concept, what remains constant and what adds up. You have to stick with that concept of what remains constant and what adds up. Tell me, can you do it on your own without seeing capacitance in parallel? Therefore, now can I say you have studied 3 formulae? One is general formula for capacitance. Think in your mind. What is it? Q equal to CV. Capacitance in series, 1 by Cs is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. Capacitance in parallel, Cp is equal to C1 plus C2 plus ... So start doing this derivation, then go to the next one. Start. Now, we don't have this derivation, we just have now listen. You have a general formula for capacitance, which is Q equal to CV. Then you have capacitors in series, that is CS is equal to, that is 1 by CS equal to 1 by whatever, and CP equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. Now, parallel plate capacitor, capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor has a unique and a specific formula. For example, you know that in magnetism or in some chapter, magnetic moment also has a general formula and a specific formula. Even area has a general formula and a specific formula. That way, capacitance has a general formula, Q by V. But if I ask you in specific, what is the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor? What is the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor? This one. Capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. So in that, what is the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor? Therefore, in that there is a plate. One plate is having positive charge and other plate is having negative charge. Correct? This is a capacitor and they are separated by a distance D. Separated by distance D. Now, in this case, what is the capacitance of this capacitor? Answer is AK epsilon naught by D. AK epsilon naught by D. And if the medium is air, then it is only A epsilon by D. Do you agree? Because K is 1 for air, that is dielectric constant for air is 1. Therefore, you have to write the side heading, write down capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Write down capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. And below that, write down, draw this diagram, where A is area of each plate. Okay, this is a 2D diagram, but in 3D, it will be like this. There will be two plates in parallel. Okay, that way. Where A is the area of each plate. Capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. That is the side heading you write down. And draw this diagram. This is one plate, this is the second plate, this is positive, this is negative, separated by a distance D. Now, the formula is AK epsilon naught by D, where start telling me what does each term stand for. A is the area, K is the dielectric constant, epsilon naught is permittivity of free space 8.85, and D is the distance between the two plates, where D is the distance between the plates. A is the area. Therefore, you can come to a conclusion that capacitance of a medium is K times capacitance of air. That means if you find out what is capacitance of air and you get some answer, say 7 farad, and a dielectric constant of 3 is introduced in between, you just have to do into 3. That means the capacitance increases K times with the presence of a dielectric. The capacitance increases K times with the presence of a dielectric. That is why you can say capacitance of a medium is K times capacitance of air. Okay. Now look at this question and listen. A parallel plate capacitor has an area 4 centimeters square. Can I say area is 4 centimeters square? That means area will be 4 into 10 power minus 4 meters square. And a plate separation of 2 millimeter. That means, can I say the distance between the plate is 2 millimeter? 2 millimeter means 2 into 10 power minus 3 meter. And I also know the value for epsilon naught is 8.85 into 10 power minus 12. These 3 things are given or I know beforehand. Correct? There are epsilon naught. Can you see the screen?
No,
No, sir.
no, sir.
Can you hear me properly?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
your voice is
Sir.
Should I repeat or you have understood what is there on the screen? Should I repeat from the beginning?
Understood.
Okay, start. And let me know if you have done it till here. Calculate the capacitance. Okay, I'll repeat once for the benefit of everyone. Just listen. Listen, everyone. A parallel plate capacitor has an area of 4 centimeters square. That means area is 4 into 10 power minus 4 meters square. And a plate separation of 2 millimeter. Therefore, can I say the separation is 2 millimeter or 2 into 10 power minus 3 meter? And I know the value for epsilon naught also, that is 8.85 to 10 power minus 12. Calculate the capacitance. Now I know the formula for capacitance is AK epsilon naught by D, but since K is not given, I'll assume it to be 1. Therefore, my formula will become A epsilon naught by D. This is A, this is epsilon naught, this is D. Tell me whether you're getting this answer first for capacitance. Do that much and confirm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next. What is the capacitance if the space between the plates is filled completely with a dielectric having dielectric constant 6.7? Tell me, what is the easiest way to do it? What is the easiest way to do it?
multiply by 6.7, this answer.
Correct. Can I say I can multiply my final answer by 6.7 or I can use the formula again where K equal to 6.7 and get the answer? It's one and the same thing. Clear? Therefore, if I do that, can I say they have done it again? Check. But you know that this we have already calculated. We just have to multiply our final answer by 6.7. I will get our final answer. Do you understand the smart way of doing it? That is why this formula becomes very important. Capacitance of a medium is K times capacitance of air. Now look at the question and tell me if you have understood the logic of how to find answer.
Sir, the derivation which was there below the diagram that you didn't set to right.
You don't need to do it. You just need to know the formula for the derivation. Should I explain the derivation how the formula came? I don't mind. Should I? Let me know.
Yes, sir, got it.
Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds more. And then I go to the next topic or the next question, whatever comes on the screen. Easy, right? Till now, we know what is the general formula for capacitance. You know what is capacitance in series, what is capacitance in parallel, what is the formula for parallel plate capacitor, and you also know what happens if there is a dielectric in between. Our total capacitance get multiplied K times. So we are building the concept of capacitors now. The other name for capacitor is condenser. Okay, the actual electronic meaning of the word capacitor is condenser. Therefore, whenever you look at the word condenser, please make a note that it is capacitor itself, because some questions refer capacitor as condenser. CONDENSOR or CONDENSER, both are condenser. Now, coming to your JEE, this is taken from Errorless. Errorless, you know, there is a book called Errorless. Okay, now please listen to this carefully. Listen to me carefully. You know that the capacity of a parallel plate capacitor is A epsilon naught by D when it is in air, correct? Tell me, do you know this formula? And you know, if the whole space between the plates is filled with an insulator of dielectric constant K, the capacity will be Ck. Can I say this, whatever I have underlined and put a box, we already know, correct? You know the formula for capacitance of a parallel plate capacitance is A epsilon naught by D. And if it is completely filled with a dielectric, it is AK epsilon naught by D. Now, if the space between the two conductors, now see the case, now if space between the two conductors is actually filled with one more good conductor of thickness T. See here, if a good conductor of thickness T is inserted between the plates, you have to replace the distance D by D minus T. That means, tell me what will be the formula? C is equal to A epsilon naught by D minus T. Easy. This is when a good conductor is introduced, not an insulator. Understood the case? So can I say this is one more formula you need to remember? So when I ask you parallel plate capacitor, look at me. When I ask you parallel plate capacitor formula, you will tell me capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor in air is A epsilon naught by D. Capacitance of a parallel plate with some dielectric in between, AK epsilon naught by D. If the plates is filled with a conductor of thickness T, Then my formula is A epsilon naught K divided by D minus T, where T is the thickness. And the last case, or the fourth case, is if an insulator of dielectric constant K is inserted between the plates, means not fully, partially. Then you have to replace D by D minus T into 1 minus 1 by K. That means if dielectric is partially introduced of thickness T. Therefore, if it is completely introduced, it is easy. It is directly into K. But then if it's only partially introduced, first you should look at it whether conductor is partially introduced or an insulator is partially introduced. If a conductor is partially introduced, D has to be replaced by D minus T. And if an insulator is partially introduced, D has to be replaced by D minus T into 1 minus 1 by K. Okay. Now, where will this come to our help? As the problem comes, I will tell you. But did you understand this paragraph? What you need to do? Okay.
Yes.
It will be mentioned in the question. Yes, Arpit, it will be mentioned in the question. Yes, whereas the second one and the third one will be partially introduced. I'll tell you why. Because if it is completely introduced, can I say T will be equal to D itself? Thickness will be D itself. If it is completely introduced. Only when partial introduction happens, only thickness comes. Only thickness comes. So therefore, this case and this case is partial. This case is complete with the whole space. So make a note of this page as it is. Right now. Make a note of this as it is. Very important. And we'll do 1 or 2 problems based on this right now. First, make a note. Once you're done writing, please put a dot. Yeah, that is true. Look at this question. And I will just display the question. This is your board's example 8.18. These are the similar type of questions that will come in your module. Now, read the question, read the solution. Tell me if you have understood. If not, I'll explain point. Read the question, see what is given, and you have written the points, correct? What happens? See. Okay, I will start with the data. Let us do it together. Okay, let's start with the data. In a capacitor of capacitance 20 microfarad, capacitance is given as 20 microfarad, which is 20 into 10 power minus 6 farad. The distance between the plates is 2 millimeter. Therefore, distance is 2 millimeter, which is 2 into 10 power minus 3 meter. If a dielectric slab of width 1 millimeter, if a dielectric slab of width 1 millimeter and dielectric constant 2, that means K is equal to 2, and thickness of this is 1 millimeter. So thickness will be 1. So if you notice, T will always be lesser than D. T will always be lesser than D, because if T is greater than D, it is not possible, because between the plates, the distance is only D. I cannot fill anything greater than D, correct? Okay, so thickness is given, this is given. Now tell me whether a conductor is introduced or an insulator is introduced. Think about it and tell me what is introduced. Can I say dielectric slab? Means it is not a conductor. Dielectric is an insulator. Dielectric is an insulator. And you know the formula when an insulator of thickness T is introduced. Do you know that formula? Can I say, look at this.
Yes.
And the original formula was this. Therefore, can I say if I divide the original capacitance by the new capacitance, I will get the steps. My intention of showing you this question was, do you understand why did I use this formula? Got it?
Yes, sir.
So get this answer. Correct. Whereas otherwise they will mention it's a conductor of thickness T. They'll mention a conducting slab or a copper slab or an aluminium slab, so that we come to know it's a conductor. Correct. Otherwise they will directly give you a dielectric slab. Okay. Okay.
So we have to divide it C and C naught.
You have to divide it because you need to get new capacitance C dash, correct? Because we need to cancel A epsilon naught. That is why, because A is not given, correct? Check the question. So A and A has to cancel. For A to cancel, I will need to divide something by something. Otherwise, A will not cancel. So I took the initial capacitance formula, that is without a dielectric being introduced, and I took the new capacitance formula with the dielectric being introduced. Therefore, this is the answer. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, now finish it. Next topic. Next topic is energy stored in a capacitor. Write down the side heading. You directly have the final answer. I'll also give you the final answer. Energy stored in a capacitor. Write down. Energy stored in a capacitor. Energy stored in a capacitor. And the formula for energy stored in a capacitor is E is equal to energy stored in a capacitor is half CV square. Energy stored in a capacitor is E is equal to half CV square. Make a note. Where E is the energy, C is the capacitance, and V is the potential. Energy stored in a capacitor is half CV square. Okay. Try this and tell me the answer. Try this and tell me the answer. Okay, now let me start with the answer. Now see this. You know that C is equal to A epsilon naught by D. Basic formula, we'll start with that first. Okay. Now, with slab, it is this. Tell me, do you understand why? Yes or no? With slab, you know which formula did we use? D minus T into 1 minus 1 by K. And they have told us the thickness is 3/4 of D. Check the question. They have only told us the thickness is 3/4 of D. Therefore, if I substitute T as 3/4 of D, therefore instead of T, I have put 3/4 D. Okay. Then I open this bracket and I get this. Then if you look at this, it is all about mathematical substitution. Look at it, tell me, or if you want me to solve on a blank page, I will do it. The only thing you need to know in this from physics point of view is, first is this formula. Which formula? This one. And secondly, you should know you have to substitute this. So if I substitute this in this formula, you will easily get this answer. Think about it, do it step by step and let me know. Tell me, all of you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Look at this question. A circular metal plate capacitor has circular plates. A parallel plate capacitor has circular plates of radius 8 centimeter. Okay. Now you know there are two parallel plates, but both are circular in nature. Okay. And they have given radius 8 centimeter. Can I say whenever such kind of problems are given, where circular is given, radius is given, can I say we have to find the area only indirectly? And you know how to find the area using the formula pi r square. Therefore, can I say area is given? Not directly, but indirectly. Area is given. Indirectly, area is given. How area is given? By using the formula pi r square, area is given indirectly. And the plate separation is 1 millimeter. Therefore, D is equal to 1 millimeter. That is 10 power minus 3 meter. That means D is also given. What will be the charge on the plates if a potential difference is applied? Now tell me, how do I find charge on the plates? Q is equal to CV. Can I say this is the formula? In that V is given, can I say C can be found out by A epsilon naught by D? Can I say C can be found out by using this formula? A given indirectly, epsilon naught you're supposed to know. D is given in the question. From there I can get C. That if I multiply with V, can I say I will get the charge? So tell me, which option do you think will be the answer? That is the question for you to solve. Start. That is the question for you to solve. Start. Tell me, are you getting it?
Yes.
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 Any doubt? Okay, I'll show the next slide. See. Got it? Okay. Next class, we will start from the module. Keep revising this. Okay. And from next class, we will go from the module. Did you understand this? To do a recap, we have done formula Q equal to CV, CS, CP. What happens when a dielectric is completely introduced? What happens when a dielectric is partially introduced of thickness T? What happens when a conductor is introduced? What is the energy of a capacitor? And we have done problems based on that. Tell me, is it clear till here, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next class, we will start with this module, capacitance. We'll have an exam also next Sunday based on that. Okay. So with that, today we will stop. Next class will continue. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you. Hi, sir. Thank you.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.